Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review.
Hi, and thank you for watching. I am Dr. Daniela Steyn. I'm a medical doctor, a wellness expert, and I have a special interest in lifestyle medicine. Today I'm going to chat with you about ecotherapy. That's a fancy word for being out in nature. And it is actually a form of therapy. Quite interesting. I was lucky to grow up with parents who are very active, who chose to be in nature, who chose our holidays, rather camping holidays than city exploring holidays. So I grew up with a love for nature. What I didn't know is that I now, in my wellness clinic, use nature as a form of therapy. It is absolutely amazing. You can have a look on my website at www.wellnessmdhealth.com. I have a whole blog about it. Nature can be therapeutic. It is amazing. There are studies that's been done where they took a group of people with high blood pressure. The one group walked every day just between houses and the other group in the forest. And the group that walked in the forest had a decrease in their blood pressure and a decrease in their cholesterol, a decrease in their metabolic, their basal heart rate, everything because of being out in nature. And that is incredible if you think about that. So I fully realize everyone cannot be out in nature. I used to live in certain places where it wasn't safe to be out in nature. So I'm cognizant of that. Who I am talking to are people who have the option, like me, to be in nature or to just be between houses. I run every day. I enjoy running. And as I competed in the Triathlon World Championships this year, and I was working with a coach, and she would give me specific workouts that I have to do, but I have to run a specific distance at a specific pace. My pace tends to be much faster between houses than it would be in nature. So in the beginning, before I knew about all this research about nature, I would run between houses because then I run faster. I felt that that was better for me. Now, after I learned all the research, after I've been implementing it with my patients, now I know that it's more beneficial to my health in the long term to go for my run between the woods. And that's why I want to share it with you, and I'll show clips. It is just so beautiful to be here in the woods. There's benefit for adults, but there is also benefit for kids. So we've done an amazing study here in Canada where we looked at children with ADHD. And when we had a group of children that went for a walk every day between houses versus a group of kids who walked between trees, the group of kids who walked between trees were able to focus for longer periods of time. They scored better in testing. They felt more calm in their own bodies. And after I read that research, I started really implementing it with my children. And all of us can do that. We can choose to take our kids, our bus stop in the mornings before school is quite close to our house. But now that I know all the research, how important moving their bodies are, I used to just walk the other way around so that our kids have quite a good walk before they get to their bus stop. And that was just moving their bodies. Now that I know that moving their bodies is good in the woods, we get up extra early in the morning so that they can come and walk through the forest before they walk to their bus stop. So definitely try to implement it if you have kids. I realize it might be tricky, but once you're aware of all the studies, all the research, how good it will be for your health, your family's health, then you can plan for your next holiday. You might want to plan for your next weekend, your next family trip. Maybe rather than doing something in the city, you might want to plan a camping trip, something in the forest, just knowing how important it is for your health. Another interesting study, what they've done was a group of people that they looked back from the 70s and 80s at people who had a cholecystectomy, their gallbladder taken out in a hospital in New York. And the one group of people was on the one side of the building, and they looked at charts. This is now on hindsight. Was on the one side of the hospital where they just overlooked other buildings out of the window, and the other group of people was on the other side of the hallway where their rooms had a window overlooking trees. And looking back, we can see the patients who were overlooking trees needed less pain medication and were able to be discharged a day earlier from hospital than the group of people who had a very similar operation, but their windows were only overlooking a brick wall and another building. So it is so interesting to realize that how important nature is, and then how you can do certain things even if you can't be in nature. If you make that choice when you're meditating to try to find a window that's overlooking a tree, to try to overlook nature, what we do in our hospital, we have on our wallpaper, in certain areas where there's no windows, we have wallpaper, that big wallpapers like where our service elevators are, with images of nature. So your first choice, you want to be out in nature. Second choice, if you can't be in nature, you want to have a look at nature to find that benefit. Third choice is to put plants in your house. Oh, I can show you lots of pictures of the plants in our house. It helps to clean the air. It is therapeutic. It's really helpful for kids to see how plants grow, how to take care of plants. My kids help me to remind me to water our plants when I forget. Please go out and just get in nature. It is so therapeutic. You're going to get the benefit. It made a significant difference in my life, and there's lots of studies. I can actually list them. People where it's been shown for mental health, for anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder. In my lifestyle clinic, my patients with autoimmune disorders, I always tell them to go out in nature. For people with burnout, I tell them to go out in nature. It's going to make a significant difference in your quality of life. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and go have a look on my website and send me your comments, questions. Take care.